Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome to today's Python session based on F string, which is the short form of formatted string. Okay, so we'll start today's class based on F string, which is going to be very important and very effective for the basics of Python. Hi. Hi. Okay. So firstly we'll understand some theory part, then we'll move to Q&A session and then some examples. So welcome to today's live Python class, and we are going to explore one of the elegant and modern features in Python, which is f-string, also known as formatted string literals. So in today's class, firstly we'll understand what f-strings are, why they are introduced, their key features, their advantages over other string formatting methods, and finally we'll jump on some hands-on examples and some quiz. So by the end of this session, you'll be able to write cleaner, faster, and more expressive code using F strings. Okay, so firstly I'll tell you what are F strings. Okay, so in Python, F strings, which is short form of formatted string literals, were introduced in Python 3.6 as a modern, concise, and powerful way to embed expressions directly inside string literals. So, before F strings, Python developers used older formatting methods like percentage formatting or dot format method, both of which were more verbose and less readable. So, the introduction of f-string brought a revolutionary improvement in string handling by combining readability, speed, and functionality. So, let me tell you what are f-strings. An f-string is a string literal that is prefixed with the letter f. It allows you to insert variables, expressions, or function call directly into a string without breaking the flow of that text. So when Python encounters f-string, it evaluates all expressions inside the brackets at runtime and replaces them with their corresponding values in the final string output. In simple terms, f-string provide inline string interpolation, which is a direct, clean, and efficient way to construct dynamic strings. Okay, so I'll tell you some key features of f-string. Okay, so the first is inline expression evaluation. So f-string allow embedding or not only variables but also expressions, function calls, and even operations directly inside the string. So this means the string can dynamically compute result while being created. Second feature is runtime evaluation. So the expression inside the brackets are evaluated at runtime, meaning they always reflect the current values of variables or result of calculation at the time the string is executed. Then third is enhanced readability. Okay, so f-string make code cleaner and easier to read. You can understand what the final string will look like just by reading it, unlike older formatting methods that require placeholders or function calls. So by f-string we can easily understand what the code is going to print. Then fourth is support all data type. So any Python object can be placed inside an f string and Python will automatically convert it into a string using string function depending on how it's formatted, ensuring flexibility with various data types. Okay, this session will last approx 1 hour. And now I'll tell you some advantages also. Okay, so the basic and yes, of course, firstly we'll understand the theory and then we'll move to the quiz session so that all of you can answer the quiz very easily and it will be easy for you all to answer. So some advantages of F strings are simplicity and readability, less error prone, improved performance, versatility, better maintainability. It supports type conversion and it is dynamic and real-time representation. So these were some examples of F strings, and if you want more detailed theory then we can move to more detailed theory, otherwise we can move to the quiz part. So what you all want, should I tell more about F strings or we'll move to the quiz part? Let me tell you one more thing, that why F strings are preferred today. So basically F strings combine clarity, performance and expressive power into a single feature. So they represent Python's philosophy of simplicity and readability. In modern Python development, F strings are now considered the best practice for any form of string interpolation, debugging or formatted output. That's why F strings are preferred in today's generation. Okay, so we'll move to our quiz section. I hope all of you understood what F strings are, what are the key features of F strings, and what are advantages and why we use F string. I hope you understood this. And now let's move on to the quiz part. So the first question is, can f string be used in Python versions before 3.6? I told you this thing in the theory part. Can f string be used in Python versions before 3.6? So this is the first question, so this is very simple and easy for you all to answer. I hope all of you understood this. So you all can answer in yes or no in the chat. Can f string be used in Python versions before 3.6? Okay, so some of you are answering yes, and someone else can answer this. Can f string be used in Python versions before 3.6? So the correct answer is no. As I already told you that Python launched f strings, Python introduced f strings after 3.6 version. So the correct answer of this is no. Okay, now we'll move on to the second question, which is, can we do arithmetic operation inside an f string? So the next question is, can we do an arithmetic operation inside an f string? You have to answer in yes or no in the chats. This is also very simple and easy to answer. I told you about this in the theory session. See, that's why I tell you the theory part first, so that your basics is clear, and then when I move to the quiz part, then I want you all to answer nicely. So I want you to know what would be the correct answer. Okay, tell me what is the correct answer of this. Can we do arithmetic operation inside an f string? Okay, so the correct answer would be yes. We can definitely perform arithmetic operation inside an f string. Yes, yes is the correct answer. Okay, now we'll move on to the third question. Okay, so the third question is format method faster than F string? You have to tell that if the format method is faster than F string or not. You have to answer in yes or no in the chats. Okay, so some of you are answering in no. I want everyone to answer. Yes, you have to answer in yes or no. Is the format method faster than F string? Okay, I'll tell you the correct answer. So the correct answer is no. The format method was used before. Hence, F strings are faster than format methods. So the correct answer is no. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, can we call a function inside an F string? So this thing also I told you when I was explaining you about F string. So I think those who have attended the class from the starting, they can definitely answer this. Yes, you are half correct. So the next question is, can we call a function inside an F string? Yeah, hello. It's okay, but you missed the theory session. Okay, so the fourth question is, can we call a function inside an F string? Okay, so those who are answering yes, it is correct. We can call a function inside an F string. Now let's move on to the next question, which is, can F string be written using triple quotes? Can F string be written using triple quotes? Now you have to answer this. Can F string be written using triple quotes? Okay, so you are saying maybe. You have to answer in yes or no. I'll tell you the correct answer. Let everyone answer. So the fifth question is, can F string be written using triple quotes? Okay, so the correct answer is yes, we can write F string in triple quotes also. Okay, now we'll move on to the next question. So the next question is, can we use f string without the f prefix? So the next question is, can we use f string without the f prefix? You have to answer this in yes or no. Okay, so some of you are answering no. So let me tell you the correct answer of this. So the correct answer of this is no. We have to write the prefix f before using the f string. So should I ask more questions on this, or will let's move on to the code part? You can tell me in the chat whatever you want so that we can move accordingly. And also I'm giving you the link for the WhatsApp channel. Join this so that you can get the updates of the live classes, so that your classes are not missed. Okay, so we'll move to the code part nextly. Okay, so the first example we'll see for the f string. So we'll see a simple example of an arithmetic operation. Okay, so I want you all to answer that what would be the output of this. Then I'll explain you this. Firstly, answer its output in the chat. I think you all can answer this. Okay, so let me explain this. See, firstly we have assigned variables x and y to 10 and 5. Then we are printing using an f string. The leading f before the quotation mark tells Python that this string may contain expression, and the expressions are written in the curly braces which evaluate them first before printing. So everything inside the curly braces will be calculated or replaced with the actual values. So now you have to tell its output. Otherwise we'll definitely see what would be the output, but I want you all to know what will be the output. Okay, so let's see what is the output of this, how the output using f string comes. C. So the correct answer is the result of 10 plus 5 is 15. So this is how we use formatted strings. After replacing all the curly braces expression, we can see this type of final result. Okay, so this was a simple arithmetic operation, and now we'll use function inside an f string so that each concept will be cleared in your mind. Okay, so here in this example we are calling a function inside the f string. So I think by the question or by my saying, it is very clear that what we are going to do in this example. So I think you all can answer this. So let me tell you once again, this shows how functions can be used inside f strings. And also I'll explain this to you. Okay, so are you understanding the concept of f strings or not? Okay, so let's understand this, how we call a function in f string. So firstly, we define a function here, square, that takes one argument n and returns the result of multiplying n by itself, means n multiplied by n. Okay, good. If you are understanding this, this is very nice. Then here we are assigning a variable. We store the number 7 in a variable num, and then here in the curly braces, this num replaces with the actual value of num, which is 7, and here square and num, this calls the function which is the square of number, and the number is 7, so it will print the square of number 7. So let's see its output. So as we can see, the square of number 7 is 49. So this is how f string works. So this is, and also this is how we call function inside an f string. Okay, now we'll see a very interesting thing, which is number formatting in this. So firstly we'll define a price. Okay, so this is a simple example of number formatting. You have to answer its output in the chat. And if you will not understand, then I'll definitely explain this. Okay, you are saying only 5 6 will come after the decimal. Okay, so let me explain this to everyone. So firstly we are assigning a variable. Here we are storing a floating point number in the variable price. So this value has many digits after the decimal, approx 5 digits. Then here in the next line, here in the curly bracket inside price, this refers to the variable price, and .2f is a format specifier. Okay, I'll definitely tell you what are f strings. So here the colon is that this starts the formatting instructions. Dot 2 is this keeps 2 digit after the decimal point, and f is format as floating point number. So this will round this price, and let's see its output. So you are correct, its output is final price is 49.57. It rounds it to 2 decimal places. Okay, so let me remind you once again. Yeah, we'll move to some complex things also. Okay, so the next example will be for data formatting. Okay, so tell me what will be the output of this code. What will be the output of this code? Okay, so let me explain you this. We are importing datetime class from Python's built-in datetype module, and this helps you work with dates and times, getting the current date, formatting it, and performing with calculations. So here what we are doing is datetime.now returns the current date and time based on your system clock, and formatting inside an f string here inside the curly braces we use today the formatting code which directly after the colon. That's the feature of f string. So here percentage a is full weekday name, and percentage b is full month name, percentage d is day of the month, and percentage y is the year. So let's see its output. So it printed today's date. It's Wednesday 8th of October and 2025. So this was an example for date formatting. Now we'll move on to one more example. We'll use a condition inside the f string. Okay, so now we are using a if else condition inside the f string. So you have to answer its output in the chat. Okay, so now we'll see. Here we have taken a variable name and score to 88. Then we are printing using f string the name has, and here in the curly bracket we are, okay, I'll surely explain you the date and day one. We are using an if else condition also. Okay, very good Rahul, you have answered correctly. We'll see its output also. We are missing something here. Okay. Okay, so the correct answer is Alice has passed with a score of 88. And you didn't understood this, the date example, date day. So I'll explain you this one. Okay, so firstly we are importing datetime class from Python's built-in datetime module. So this class will help us work with dates and time, getting the current date, formatting it and performing time calculations. And here date time dot now, this returns the current date and time based on our system clock. Okay, so this entire object today holds information about the year, month, day, hour, minute, second and etc. Then in this formatting inside an F string, in this line, inside the curly braces, we are using date formatting codes directly after a colon. So after a colon we are using this percentage %a. This is full weekday name, then percentage %b, this is full month name, and percentage %d is day of the month, and percentage %y is the year. So now we'll see its output. So the output is today's date is Wednesday, and this the month, the date and the year. So did you understood this one? Yes, so the letters after the percentage are specific format codes which are defined by Python for dates and times. Like for here we have used percentage capital %A, which is full weekday name. So there are specific codes which have different meanings, so we have to use that. And here for the full weekday name we are using percentage %A, and for the month full month we are using capital B. And if we want an abbreviate month, so we can use small b also, and we can see the short form of the month also. See, we can see here the short form of the month, and if we'll use small a, so we can see the short form of the weekday also. So there are different codes to use. So okay Mahesh, where are you confused in this about date and time? So did you understood why we use this A and B? Okay, so I'll explain you once again. See, firstly we are importing datetime class from Python's built-in datetype module. Okay, so this class will help us work with dates and time, getting the current date, formatting it and performing type calculations. Okay, then datetime.now, this returns the current date and time based on our system clock, and this entire object today, this holds information about the year, month, day, hour, minute and second, etc. Then in the f string part, so here we are using certain quotes after the colon. Okay, these are the features and these are the Python codes. So here for percentage %a we are using for abbreviate weekday, small a because we are using, and if we use capital A, so this will be a full weekday name. And then percentage %b for an abbreviate month name, then percentage %d for the date, and percentage %y for the year. So it prints the date, that today's date is Wednesday, October 8, 2025. So now if anyone has any doubt related to this, you can ask me right now. Okay, so today in this class we learned what F strings are and why they are used. We explored their key features like embedding variable, expression, function calls, formatting numbers and dates. Percentage %a for a weekday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday, like this. Yes, and percentage %b for a month. If you will use capital B, then it will give you a full month name. We can I'll show you here. If we are using capital B, so it will give you a full month name, you can see. And if you will use capital A, so then this will give you a full weekday also. And percentage %d we use for the date, and percentage %y we use for the year. So we understood the advantages of using F strings, readability speed and cleaner code. And finally we practiced some example from simple to slightly advanced one. Always remember one thing, F strings are one of the most modern and efficient way to format strings in Python. So try to use them whenever possible instead of older formatting methods. So if you have any doubt related to today's class, you can ask me right now, and you can join the WhatsApp channel. I have already pinned the message so that you can get the update of the live classes, because our live class is scheduled in alternate days. So you can get an update there. So alright everyone, so we are going to end this live session. If you don't have any doubt, and if you have any doubt, you can ask me right now. I think Mahesh, you haven't joined this class from the starting. Okay, tell me what topic do you want for the next live class? Okay, so thank you all for attending today's live session very actively. Keep practicing these examples and experiment with your own variables. Okay, file handling. But you have to join the class from the starting. You missed the part. Okay, so we'll meet on the next live class. Join the WhatsApp channel so that you can get the update. Until then, bye. Keep practicing Python. Bye bye everyone. Bye.